right off the bat, I kind of expected this layout for Boruto, uh, mostly filler, which I'm not surprised about at all because obviously there's only 11 chapters, 12 chapters actually, I think, of Boruto. So I guess the more content they wait for, the better. So this episode was all filler, and it's basically the first day for Boruto and for other classmates. And that's pretty much the emphasis of what this episode was. It was Boruto kind of standing up for his classmates. We found out at the end, but uh, Boruto found out he got suspended he got suspended for 2 weeks when everybody else started. Um, and then this episode was pretty much his first day. But it didn't take him too long to get find trouble. Although, to be fair, it wasn't really all his fault. But Boruto being Boruto. And there's a lot of people distancing themselves from him. Obviously, because he's the son of the Hokage, so he has special privileges, which is not true at all. But that's the mentality of most of his classmates. But so it's going to be a case of him proving himself for everybody else. It's similar to like Naruto because everybody distances himself from him. Everybody is in the class distances himself from him because he had the nine-tailed fox. But so it's similar in that regard, but at the same time it's ironic because they're keeping his distance because he happens to be Naruto's son. But no, it's like it's not riding anybody's coattails. In fact, Denki kind of like defended him a little bit, and that's what really breaks out into trouble because we see a new character. We saw him in the previous episode. We just got a brief glance at him, Iwabe. Now I think this clarifies that's not Kawaki because if it was, it'd have been confirmed to be Kawaki. It may be. It may. I'm assuming it is either two things. He's either from the Sand Village or he's from the Hidden Stone. Because he was able to use Earth style jutsu. So yeah, and apparently he's top of the class, and he's kind of like a prick to everybody else because he feels like the strength is all that matters. Who needs to study when you got strength? But that found out he's just not good in class. That's why he kept dropping out, even though he's a senior to everybody else. So yeah, you'd think he would learn, but no. And actually, when Denki kind of stands up for Boruto, saying he's not riding on anybody's coattails, and you don't know anything of what you're talking about, he almost gets choked out, but Boruto steps in now, and we get the fight in the tuning hall. That's the nostalgia. So yeah, and we get a school academy fight between Boruto, and we do get to see Inojin kind of like say a few things about it. He's the kind of person that speaks his mind, which Sai is funny because he usually has problems speaking to others. Well, at least he had problems speaking to others. But it looks like he has Ino's personality because he has no problem speaking about loud. So that's his problem. But Boruto really doesn't care about all that. He's just interested in making everybody. He's just in this circle, and obviously allowing other people to get into that circle as well, not just Shigadai and Denki. So that's cool. Then we get to the fight, and obviously impressive stuff from Iwabe at first. Fight himself against the Shadow Clones. Like I said last week, Boruto seems to have a lot more promise than Naruto, considering the fact that Naruto wasn't even the top student in the academy. So yeah, I guess his DNA makes up for his talent, but it's obviously he puts training into it as well. And speaking of training, in the preview, it looks like we've got some shuriken training going on, and it's mostly gonna focus around the other rookies as well, like Shikadai, Lee, and others, which is good because we got some insight into the personality of Jojo. She's kind of like the sarcastic instigator, because you see at one point where Sarada's actually concerned for Boruto, and she's like, "Oh, you're concerned about him," And Sarah's like, no, not really, but yeah, sounds like you're concerned to me. So yeah, she's the instigator of the class. He said he wasn't going to use his weapon, but he did. He pulled it out and he used some style jutsu. He was going to clobber Boruto with that, but then Inojin stepped in with the I guess Moltres painting, and he took the weapon away. He said, "Listen, you said you weren't going to use a weapon, and now you got against you're going against your code because you're unhappy." And Boruto actually gives him a Tottenham Jutsu lesson because he's like, "Oh, what's been going on because the war and the Hokage was on the front lines, and now the war is over, so everybody's experiencing times of peace." This guy is totally against that because it's like we're going to get weaker because of it because uh, we're relying on the academy when we should be relying on strength, which isn't the case. Strength doesn't necessarily mean you're the best. So no, and he's got at first he's got a messed up way of thinking about things. Especially say I can't accept these times of peace. So I don't have some connection with Kawaki, but if he was, we wouldn't be. He wouldn't be. He may be Kawaki, but I don't know. Because he, as of right now, he's Iwabe, and that's all we know about him. If I had to guess, I'd say he's probably either part of the Hidden Sand, or like I said, he's part of the Hidden Stone because of his ability to use Earth Style. So I'm really curious to see where that goes, but it doesn't go very far. The fight abruptly ends because he realizes he's acting like a douche, and so yeah, you're right, that's uncool. So again, it came down to Tottenham Jutsu, but the fight itself was good. We got to see other classmates what they're capable of, characteristic wise as well. So you get to see a lot of other characters stand out. I guess the new characters as well, which we didn't see in the manga. So obviously, right off the bat, we already saw Denki in the previous episode, and we're seeing the class rep. She really seems like Hinata in that regard because she's timid all the time, and that's exactly how Hinata was. So I thought that was kind of interesting. And by the end of the episode, Boruto's practically making friends, even though he gets on Shikara's nerves. He's practically making friends with everybody, and Iwabe is kind of like cool with them. Boruto now saying, "Oh, I'm in class. I'm in the same class as well, so I guess I have to be here as well." Just that excuse. It's going to be like the rival of Boruto, clearly. So I don't know if that's Kawaki or not. Again, I guess we'll wait and see. But as of right now, we still don't know. So I'm not making any prediction or anything. But like I said, it could either come from the Hidden Sand Village or the Hidden Stone. We don't know. But yeah, it looks like it's going to be a crazy ride from here on in. Boruto being Boruto. So that's it from me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I like this episode. Again, I understand why the filler is here. Obviously, there's not a lot of content to work with in Boruto as of right now. So yeah, I totally get it. I'm cool with that as long as they don't run it into the ground. So that's it from me. Thank you again. If you enjoyed this review, give it a thumbs up. I appreciate that. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more Boruto. Comment, rate, subscribe. Catch you guys later. Bye.